What's going on, guys? Kaiger here. I'm doing this live on Twitch and YouTube in my live stream. Go ahead and check it out where we talk about Fairy Tail. But today we're going to get into PvP and PvE class tier lists for July 2025. Let's get into it.
마지막 한 송이가 시들어간다. 하느끼는 최후의 기도 속에서 신은 최후의 선택을 내린다.
Alright guys, so starting with PvP. Remember, this is for July, and the update just happened with the change to Wind Chaser and Judge. We have not got a chance to do much about that yet, so there's been no real testing with it, so we're not really going to worry about it this time. When we do August, those will be included in the tier list. So starting with the top left in S, we have Priest. And Priest is going to get a bit of a knockdown in PvP as we go forward, specifically because of the Frostfire Bird change. They kind of gutted that spell. It makes me a bit upset, but they needed to do something. But besides that, Priest is very, very powerful. Tenacity Ball, Thunder God. You have the heal to bring for group PvP, be it 3v3, such as Top League, or let's say, what's it called? Thunder Roar. Or in big group PvP, such as Guild War or Crystal Battlefield. Your AoEs also affect large range. Very, very good. Very similar things when we talk about Gladiator. Bar none, if we're talking maxed out across the board, Priest Gladiator is the best combination. You have to build for it. Yes, it has some higher requirements than other classes, but if we're asking what is the flat out best combination in PvP right now, it would be Gladiator Priest. Gladiator brings a lot. After the gutting of Coldfire Bird, it has the single strongest move in the game as far as debuff, and that is Soul Blast. The second skill on the right side from Berserker is a knock-up, and also reduces their defense and block by 30%. Has a bunch of other stuff. Obviously, Punitive Chop has high damage. They got a buff early last month. Very, very powerful. Then we have Perfect Blade, Blazing Owl. And Blazing Owl, always being able to keep that 20% damage buff, is very powerful in PvP. The silence is deadly. It being a teleport is also deadly. Its range is also very, very powerful. Not to mention the eating targeted skills with omnidirectional. Aerial Ace, the second skill on the left, is very, very good with the knock up and then the dash back and forth. Very good. And then if you're ever low, you can throw a secondary chi skill, the wave attack, which heals you based off of damage done. Down here to the A tier, we have Shadow Owl. It is not bad. It is at the very top when we talk specifically about Uncharted Battlefield, but that's one game mode. It can also do pretty well in group PvP. One of its claimed fames is Enhanced Ninja Tool, which does the Fire Tornado, which is very good for group battle. The thing that makes it super deadly in Uncharted Battlefield is being able to Raikiri, buff Raikiri, and kill one or two people off rip that people obviously aren't ready for. Not to mention, its cooldowns are pretty low. Shadow Clone only needs a couple skills to be able to cast again. It's very powerful. Wind Chaser got some slight buffs. It's not affecting this tier list right here, but in the future we may see it scoot up to either higher A tier or bottom of S tier, depending on how August goes with the testing. You got the Gale Geofree card with Strength of Nature. You got the speed boost. You have the damage stacking. You have the range. You have a bunch in your bag to really go after. A lot of the same reasons for Dragon Fighter. You would be surprised how strong Dragon Fighter actually is. Dragon Roar, which is their Get Out of Jail Free card, gives a barrier which is pretty similar to the heal that Wind Chaser gets. And then Wind Chaser gets a heal. This gets a shield. Wind Chaser gets a speed amp, speed boost, and then Dragon Fighter gets a dash. So they're pretty similar, but the thing that is very different is the roar. If you roar right next to someone, it actually has some damage attached to it, if you wouldn't believe that. Not to mention its Dragon Fighter has 2 stuns innately in its kit, as well as its third skill, which is kind of a short range around you. But if your opponent's under half, it also has that Soul Blast effect where it ignores 30% defense and block. Then we get down to Dragon Fighter. Dragon Fighter is starting to drop a bit, especially with these changes. Just based off of the competition, it's probably going to drop down in B or even down to C, just because it's not keeping up with some of these other classes, especially after the changes. It does have the very powerful stun, nuke combo, but it's not going as far as it used to. Marksman, it's still hanging on to the B tier because it does have the anti-knockback on Never Miss now. It does have the 1, 2, 3 power hit, but people are just saving dodges, which makes it really tough. Judge, probably going to get boosted up in B. I don't think it'll make it to A tier, but it could if some impressive judges make it out and are doing some cool things with double tornadoes, especially with how they swap that up. Armor, all they need to do is make it so that you can move Netherfire, and it'll be fine. It would be an easy B tier. What separates good and bad armors is the grenade, the third skill, because it cancels a charged skill, and it's a very, very quick skill. That's going to separate the good and bad armors. Who's able to hit a well-timed grenade or not. Down here in the D tier, this is the dregs. Both of them kind of suck. We have Berserker, which its main thing is it's built for PvP, but its main thing is it's set on resets. Very similar to what I said about Shadow Owl. It can do really well in specifically Uncharted Battlefield if you're clipping people for kills. You're going between room and room looking for low people, and then you're running through clip, dead, and then keep going. That hidden run strategy. You could also do something similar in Crystal Battlefield, and it would be good, especially if you have Fierce Attack Slaughter, something like that, with super strength. You can do some funny things. But in straight up fights, it gets worse as time goes on, as people get tankier and people get better. Then we have Mechanician, which its main issue is it's putting down bots, which do kind of cool things, but their ranges are kind of short, and they give targets for the enemy to heal off of. Especially now that Wind is getting HP steal rate with Soapberry being added to the game. Not a good look. Moving on to PvE. Alright, moving on to PvE, we'll speed it up a little bit. But Priest, still good in PvE. The main thing it's bringing to the table in PvE is the crit increase from Star Blessing, reducing tenacity even of bosses. When you get to the higher boss levels of things like when you get to the higher boss levels of Path of Fire, it's going to be very, very important. Or when we have these special events that pop up once in a while for PvE, like Darkness Dragon is a great example. Armor is still king even after the recent buffs to some things like Marksman had one semi-recently. The Judge one isn't going to be such a big deal here. Now there's the Wind Chaser. Armor still king. It stacks it up and does the highest damage. The reason why Shadow Owl is up here in the S tier as well is it does do a lot, but it's just slightly behind Armor in flat damage output. What it brings to the table is its stacks of hand seals. If you are in a game mode that allows switching, you can stack hand seals, be it be something like triple crit, triple attack, and then swap to cannon, do 3 stacks of preparation real quick, and then do whatever PvE you're about to do, and then you can have a triple plume buff, triple, I forget the name of the other hand seal, but the triple crit, triple attack buff, as well as the preparation, nether fire, and that can get you a 2-second time whenever we have some of these kill the boss in 4 seconds or less events that come around. Down to the A tier, all 3 of these are pretty much the same. Marksman is a little bit better. If they're all played at the highest level, Marksman will edge the other 2 out very, very slightly. All 3 can be played on auto and do like 70% of the job. For Marksman, if you want to score higher, you want to weave your basic attack resets. If you want to score higher with these 2, they require kind of the same thing, and that is swapping to reset their energy mechanic, be it the Dragon Blood or the Chi. If you're swapping between the 2 to keep boosted on your Dragon Blood and your Chi for the damage increases, then you'll be in that higher percentile. B tier, all 3 of these, the difference between auto and manual is not very high. With Gladiator, you just want to pick the 4 lowest cooldown ones and let it rip. With you definitely need super strength to do any kind of damage. With Dragon Knight, you definitely need the second left skill. Don't pick the first left skill, Confusion. That's a bad skill. It drains your energy very, very quickly. But bringing the AoE around you is very powerful. And even though a lot of bosses you can't stun in PvE with the knockup, it does give you Dragon Blood based on enemies hit. So if you want to be comboing over and over again, you do want to bring the stun skill. Judge is going to get tipped a bit, especially because of the changes to Hurricane, and the passive is going to be a big change when we talk about PvE. It's probably going to shoot to the top of B, if not mid A tier, based on good Judge players. Down here in the C tier, I'm going to be honest, all I can really see happening is swapping the two. Nothing really crazy from that. That's about all I can see. And then Berserker is Berserker. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.